I was on the edge of my seat after that finals. We are here with Ty Debo, aka Two-Way Rocco. Ty, how are you feeling after that big victory?
Exhausted, mentally, emotionally. It's been a long day, and I'm glad it's over.
I was feeling the nerves, and I wasn't even playing, so I can't imagine how you feel right now. Now, of course, you beat Splash, who is one of the best players on the planet. You guys know each other's games. What was it after game one when he only missed a few shots?
Shot green for...
But traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough. And before we get going,
Kevin, thanks very much.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the one spot. And for the Nets, Durant is out there with Jordan. Then there's Harris. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving at the two-guard spot. Durant kicks to Irving. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Irving's got the first points of the night for the Nets. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. Irving finds Harden. Here's KD. No good off the back of the rim.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Hands on the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Landry Shamit's checked in for Kyrie Irving. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way establishing the attitude you want.
Here's Caldwell Pope. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
All heart from Caldwell Pope there, using every ounce of strength to muscle that shot in.
It's Harden with the drive. Gasol with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Gasol.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Up again. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
It is not easy trying to keep DeAndre Jordan off the boards. His combination of length and determination, so impressive.
James looking around. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of the game right now. Free throw good, LeBron.
Well, how about a multi-time champion and a multi-time MVP, and LeBron James continues to dominate. It truly is special to watch.
It's Durant on the wing. Takes a shot at the elbow. The Lakers with the rebound. Here's James.
Oh, what a dunk! Look out below! Wow. That is why the ticket price is what it is when LeBron is in town. Amazing dunk to finish the play.
Here's KD. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Caruso kicks to Kuzma. 6 to shoot. Arrow high post. Nets trail by 4. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, we've seen this one or two times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
1:14 left to play here in the first. Kuzma passes to Harrell. Out to Kuzma. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And a new group in for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Durant. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. Brown, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Jones is checked in.
Well, the ability to score at all 3 levels makes Kyrie Irving a near impossible check. Good luck, fellas.
Now Harrell turned in an outstanding game against Golden State. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Irving surveying the floor. The 9-foot shot. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, it's rare for a point guard to do as much damage on the interior as Kyrie Irving. You've got to guard him in there.
Kuzma passes to Caruso. The dish now to Jones. It's Kuzma penetrating. Yep, it counts.
You can't fault the defensive effort there. At times, Kuzma's just too talented a scorer on the drive.
Outside Irving. Lets it go with a 3. A rebound by the Lakers. Kuzma, right side. No good on the last second attempt there. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Lakers ahead. They lead by a bucket. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Jones is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 3, the small forward. Caruso kicks to Harrell. The shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Some changes for the Lakers. Markieff Morris comes in for Montrezl Harrell. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Alex Caruso. Schroeder dishes to Jones. Back to Schroeder. Over Irving. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And once Schroeder was asked to name his favorite NBA city, I believe it surprised a lot of fans when he said Milwaukee.
That's right, Greg, but he cited the strong German culture there. Schroeder, of course, went straight from Germany to the NBA. He relied on his athleticism early on, but now he's seeing the game much better, plays under control, can lead the team. He has had a tremendous amount of growth.
I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on.
You know, I think one of the important things for Dennis Schroeder is to keep trying to become more and more efficient. Let his offense come naturally and improve as a distributor.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu. Landry Shamet comes in for Brown. And James Harden has subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Harden against Schroeder. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Up top, Morris. Guarded by Green. It's Schroeder with the drive. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Lakers lead by 2.
This is Schroeder at his best, putting that blinding speed to great advantage.
Outside, Green. Griffin finds Harris. Now, here's Shamet. Back to Harris. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Harden. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Harden's got 4 this quarter.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
Caldwell Pope passes to Gasol. The shot comes out. Griffin with some nice D. And stolen by LeBron. Stolen by Harden. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
James outside. Some solid defense from Harris. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Morris. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
You know, defense forgets about Morris and pays the price. He loves to score and can do it a number of ways.
Schroeder against Harden. Down low. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. Harris outside. Nets passing it around. 5 on the clock. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. So for the Nets, Jordan comes in for Blake Griffin. And Durant subbed in for Green. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. James in the post, guarded by Harris.
I don't think you can stop LeBron James when he starts off to fly like that. Might as well just start jogging back the other way.
Pass to Harris. Back to Harden. 19 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's LeBron. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on James Harden.
You know, LeBron James has been fouled so many times in his career, it doesn't even faze him anymore. There is no stopping this guy.
And here is Irving. The 3 from KD. And that one released in time, but no good. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. Just in terms of... And that's going to do it for our halftime show.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been a clinic out there by James.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Caldwell Pope dishes to Morris. Kicks it out to LeBron. And he uses the glass on the layup. James has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Lakers. Back to Irving. The 9-foot shot. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Caldwell Pope against Irving. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for LeBron James.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Irving. And the Lakers also making a change. Jones checked in for Marc Gasol.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Slater kicks to Morris. On the wing, James. And finished off by LeBron.
Just textbook basketball, right? James's IQ for the game so high, his vision and court awareness so good, he can exploit that pick and roll so effectively.
Back to Harris. Pass to KD. The 17-footer. Again, the Nets for 2.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
LeBron passes to Schroeder. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. And Jordan sends it back.
Well, DJ, twice on the pipes. No, sir. Get it out of here.
Brooklyn trailing. There's the lob to Harden. And Harden with the stuff. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Here's James. And LeBron throws it down hard.
How intimidating it must be when LeBron is bearing down on the rack like that.
It's Durant on the wing. Fires for 3. Here's Jordan. Out to Harris. Passes to Shamet. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Harris. 3-pointer. A rebound by the Lakers. Jones finds James. Jones trying to get open. He shoots again. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. A chance here to quickly focus on shooting guards around the NBA and see who the top assist men have been since the All-Star break. James Harden, number 1.
Well, when he's on the court, it's like having a second point guard out there. I mean, and in fact, his passing ability oftentimes rivals or surpasses some of the best point guards in our league.
Yeah, he may be a shooting guard by name, but he is every bit the distributor that some of the league's top point guards are. And he's as unselfish a player as there is at the off-guard spot.
Can't hit that one. Harrell with it. Now Green defending. Lakers working the ball around now. Caruso, the pass to Horton Tucker. Harrell trying to free himself up. Los Angeles with another miss. Nets have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Here's Irving. Got it. Good job in the low post. Irving's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
But just a spectacular display of ball handling from Kyrie, opening up the look there. Many believe he might have the best handle in the game.
The drive by James. Tries again. Harrell dishes to LeBron. Harrell trying to free himself up. And James gets it to go on the assist by Harrell.
Well, at this point, with LeBron rolling, the #1 goal on every possession, get it to the king.
Irving kicks to Brown. To the paint, deflects the pass. Green finds Griffin. Here's Irving. From 12 feet out. That doesn't go in either for Irving. LeBron James on the wing. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Jeff Green picks one up.
At his size, LeBron is a handful inside, and sometimes you can't help but foul him to try and prevent that easy bucket.
So both teams changing it up here. And James drills them both.
And the free throw shooting has been excellent tonight. And how often do we get to say that?
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Don't go anywhere. We'll be 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Lakers leading by 4. So the Lakers 5 right now. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the shooting guard.
Those are the instincts of LeBron James that we're witnessing. Just terrific at sensing when the defense has left one of his guys open.
On its way from Irving for 2. Rebound by Harrell.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And Durant sends it back.
Boy, the long arms of Kevin Durant twice on the pipes.
So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Harris comes in for Jeff Green. And it's James Harden in for Brown. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach. This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Here's James, and LeBron throws it down.
That's the strength of a locomotive and the finesse of a ballerina each time he takes it to the rim.
Irving double team. And Harden launches it from deep. Brooklyn gets it back with the new shot clock at 14. Durant, that's good.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
LeBron James on the wing. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots. Outside Irving. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 5th rebound in this one. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. LeBron against Harris. LeBron James again. Now it's a 7-point Laker lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Harden scanning the floor. And there's the foul. It'll go on Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
The pass to Harris. Back to Irving from deep. No good on the shot. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Here's LeBron. That one falls. James has got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
You love the focus from LeBron James. He's near the rim, so he's got to use his size and his skill to full advantage.
Irving passes to Jordan. Trying to get open is Irving. No good from Jordan. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. LeBron outside. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Pass to Durant. Back to Harris. Jacks up a three. Offensive rebound, nets. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Over James. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Kevin Durant.
Well, Kevin Durant's looking at the defender like, hey, if you're going to give me that, I'm going to take it.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Schroeder outside to the middle. That's good from Gasol on the assist by Schroeder.
Boy, right there you see the toughness and the mental focus of Marc Gasol. This guy burying it even after getting hit.
On the wing, Irving. And right through it goes. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, check out the handles. They're nasty. Spin move. Had his man grabbing for air.
Caldwell Pope outside. Inside. No good from Gasol.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Absolutely fearless. DJ, go to work.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. James finds Gasol. Lakers passing it around. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Nobody near Schroeder. His three-pointer's off the mark. And here's Brooklyn, trailing by 5. Yes!
And this is what makes KD special, the willingness to absorb the responsibility of the big-time shot.
Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to LeBron. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Paul George.
And he's lost some of his feel for the three-point shot. It's been a tough month for him from long range compared to earlier in the season. And now he might be starting to press, which can lead to even more problems.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Williams. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the four-man position. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the one spot. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Gasol, 3 on the clock. And there's Schroeder. That's good. The assist by Gasol. And midway through the season, some players going above and beyond. And Steve, is that contract year boost a myth or is it a real thing?
Hey, Kevin, it is a real thing. You see guys more focused. You see guys that's usually not on time. On that contract year, you see guys on their best behavior and you see some of their best play on the court overall.
Now, here's Caldwell Pope after Markieff Morris's miss. The putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, he's smart, he's steady. Marc Gasol, he just knows where to position himself to make that play.
Here's Morris. Gasol with the rebound. For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come in off a good outing against the Mavericks in Dallas. Morris dishes to Gasol. Back to Morris. To the inside. And finished off by Gasol.
And it does not take much for Gasol to throw it down. Just feed the big man inside, and he's good to go.
Zubac the pass to Morris. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Williams can't get it to go.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game, Greg, wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch 5. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else.
He lobs it up and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. Take a look at the Lakers. Season well underway, and they've been solid in 3rd right now. And, of course, the Clippers. They're in the 4th position.
And right now for the Clippers, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
I don't think they played their best basketball. So if things do come together for them before the end of the regular season, look out.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's George. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
1:49 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Caruso, guarded by Jackson. Shot clock at 5. James dishes to Hill. Rebound by the Clippers. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
Their D was just phenomenal in the last game. We'll see if they bring that same intensity again.
Now here's James. After the miss from Reggie Jackson and finished off by LeBron.
You see the tremendous first step, the power. LeBron loves to put the defense back on its heels.
Jackson passes to Batum. He kicks it to Patterson. To the middle. And Jackson gets it to go.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers winning their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Kuzma passes to Harrell. Kicks it out to LeBron. Back to Harrell. Here's Caruso. There's the 3. And LeBron James with the 3. LeBron's got 5.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Leonard. Fires the 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
There's the response. Kawhi rarely changes expression, but you know what he's thinking. I got your back.
Back to LeBron. Harrell kicks to Kuzma. Back to Harrell. Over Patterson. It's hauled in by George. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
And that does it for the first quarter. Lakers lead by 4. Live from the Staples Center, you're one. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Lakers here so far, guys.
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward. Jackson passes to Mann. Now Zubac. Down low. Here's Kennard. And he lays it straight in. Kennard's got his first points of the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Kuzma passes to Harrell. Kuzma inside. And the basket by Jones.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Jackson looking around. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Had the space there, but it's offline. And the former Utah Ute, Kyle Kuzma, can play either forward spot as a good blend, Smitty, of size and speed.
Yes, Kevin, but right now I prefer him at the 4. The reason why, he can stretch the floor, but he can tack a lot of those big forwards. And his shooting, it will get consistent as the years go on.
Schroeder finds Harrell, and the layup's good off the glass. Harrell's got his second bucket.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Now here's Kennard. T right on him. Here's the teardrop. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Zubats. Jackson passes to Zubats, and Jones sends it back. Pass to Horton Tucker. Back to Jones. Schroeder dishes to Jones. That's tipped. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Kennard. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Schroeder kicks to Harrell. Back to Schroeder. Pass to Harrell. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Harrell's got 4 points this quarter.
Getting hit on the way up, the ability to finish in traffic might be Harrell's strongest attribute offensively.
Here's Zubats. Rebound by Harrell. For the Lakers, they won their last contest, that game against the Warriors. Kuzma finds Harrell. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Jackson against Schroeder. And the pass to Harrell. And that one, good. And now an 8-point Laker lead. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in, is their defensive approach.
Lou Williams is checked in for Reggie Jackson. Pass to Schroeder. Back to Gasol. Lets it go. And again, the Lakers no good. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
It's deflected.
Though he won't block a lot of shots, Kyle with terrific defense that time read that one all the way.
Schroeder finds Gasol. And Gasol with the dunk.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Zubats in the post. He's guarded by Schroeder. Morris. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Caruso looking for an opening. And that concludes the first half. Lakers on top. They're up by 10. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the game. And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You have to like what we're seeing, guys, from Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard. That's the Laker 5. Gasol kicks it over to Schroeder. Clock at 4. Back to Gasol. Knocks it loose. And they're pushing it up. The shot by George, wide open. That shot, no good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
To the wing right side. Shooter passes to Morris. And the rejection by Zubac. And they'll keep possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
On the wing, Morris. Back to George. A three ball. It's hauled in by LeBron.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Over Williams. Rebound by the Clippers. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
The Lakers making a switch here. Caruso's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Patterson's checked in. Out to Morris. Gasol dishes to James. Shoots over Leonard. Gasol tried to free himself up, and he can't bank that one in. Williams passes to Morris. The lead now in single digits. Morris has got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Clippers. Lakers leading by 8. Now LeBron. He's got 5. To the paint. Here's Gasol. Good. Nice job down low. Gasol's got 8.
He could have tried to force a shot there. Instead, LeBron keeps his eyes up, finds an open teammate.
George dishes to Williams. Misses off the left iron.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
And the shot goes in.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
George against Gasol. Here's the 3. The shot by George, no good. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Out to the right wing. Here's Caruso. Off target from the wing.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Here's Leonard. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. He's got 7.
I love it, Kawhi. When you have skills from the mid-range, you don't need to force anything.
Morris outside. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Jackson, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. 1:15 left in the third. Passes it to Caruso. Inside, just 5 to shoot. And it's Harrell missing. Clippers trail by 10 and pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Lakers shooting their first free throws here for the night. That free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP
also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Zubac the pass to Patterson. Back to Zubac. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Great player movement, great ball movement. That's fun to watch.
Pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
The bench loves that play from Montrezl Harrell. His physicality makes him hard to stop.
29 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Jackson. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. The shot by George, no good.
Man, he's just pulled a Harry Houdini in this quarter. He's completely disappeared.
From outside the arc, gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got 5.
And we talk about George's confidence. When you have that kind of range, you should be confident.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Lakers lead by 7. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our... And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. So for the Clippers right now, Lou Williams out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's man in at the 3. Lakers leading by 5. Right wing, and there's the pass to Horton Tucker. Schroeder outside to the inside. They swipe it. Now the Clippers moving it up. Morris looking over the floor. Pass to Oturu. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Nice timing on the pick and roll. Williams a solid playmaker when asked to fill that role.
Kuzma, right side. Passes it to Harrell. Over to the left wing. Schroeder outside. Kuzma passes to Harrell. Tries yet again, and it's good on the layup. And the Lakers lead by 5.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Schroeder against Williams. Here's Oturu. Morris outside. Here's man. Oturu takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. To the left side wing. Pass to Harrell. 6 on the shot clock. Oturu with the rebound.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Williams dishes to Morris. It's stolen by Schroeder. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. And so it's the Lakers with it. In the corner, it's James. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. George hacks a 2-pointer. Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Now just a 1-point Laker lead.
Yeah, important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
LeBron kicks to Jones. James against Leonard. And James gets it to go. And the Lakers lead by 3.
When you need a big bucket, keep it in his hands. LeBron lives for this one.
From deep, George. No good. Shot missing. And the Lakers going the other way now. Back to Caldwell Pope. There's the feed to Jones. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Off target from outside.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
The 3 from George. The Lakers with the rebound. Morris has got 5 rebounds tonight. Schroeder finds Jones. Lakers passing it around. It's LeBron with the drive. Jones, the pass to James. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. The pass to Morris. Outside, George. Got it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
James in the post. Leonard's there. James in the post. He's covered by Leonard. They get it again. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's James. Jones trying to get open. Good!
The defender is left helpless to stop that. LeBron with too many tools in the toolbox and that killer instinct.
Pass to Williams. George looking around. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Thanks for joining our Tuesday night broadcast. DA.
Hey, Kevin.
There's been a transformation here in LA. There is no doubt about that. DA, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Jordan. Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Harden in at the point guard position. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Williams. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Now, here is Harden. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Harden the pass to KD. Stolen by George. To the paint. Here's Leonard. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
And then Durant with the jam.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy.
Oh,
my
great.
goodness. That was special. You cannot afford to be careless around Harris. He's very capable of swiping the ball away if you are.
Outside Williams. Kicks it out to Leonard. Makes it off the glass.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Pass to KD. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Back to Harden. The shot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Here's Leonard. James Harden with the rebound. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. KD dishes to Jordan. Kicks it to Harden. Back to Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Nobody better at running the screen and roll than Harden. He's conniving, creative, pacing, spacing, all of that on display. Incredible in the pick and roll.
And the call will be against Harris. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Patterson comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum for Kennard. Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. Brown comes in for Landry Shamet.
And that kind of awareness from George is really exceptional. Catching the defense flat-footed by rising up immediately on the catch.
Here's KD. Good on the shot.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
George passes to Patterson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And here's George. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Mavericks in Dallas. And the shot goes down.
And this is one of George's main strengths, a phenomenal mid-range scorer.
1:32 left here in the first quarter. Harden kicks to Harris. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, You really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Durant down low, defended by George. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. George passes to Patterson. Durant with the steal. Griffin dishes to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Tremendous speed on the drive. Harden is consistent in attacking the basket.
Los Angeles leading by 5. To the middle. George passes to Patterson. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Outside, KD. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back to the action after this word. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Clippers.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Marcus Morris is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's man in at the 1 spot. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it. Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Luke Kennard in for Nicholas Batum. Here's Irving. Gets a hand on it. It's good on the putback. Luwawu's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
Here's Irving. There's the steal. It's stolen by Green. This one for 3. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Irving.
You know, the threat of Irving's drive can open up looks for him from the perimeter. And he is a gifted scorer, folks.
Now Kennard still looking for his first bucket in this one. Out to Morris. Shoots the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Clippers lead by 5. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Green kicks to Irving. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Shoots from 14. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Clippers leading by 5. Morris finds Zubac. Down low, Jackson. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. The Nets also changing it up. Durant's checked in for Green. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's James Harden in for Kyrie Irving. Pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, that's a scary look for the defense.
Harden dishes to Durant. They need this. That one off the back iron and out. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Yeah, and when you think about it, there was some really sloppy basketball being played by them, and they recognized that had they played a cleaner game, they could have gotten a win.
Harden against Jackson. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Harden.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by the Clippers.
And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 40 seconds left now here in the second. Outside, KD. Shot clock at 6. On the money with the open jumper. Durant's got 6.
Well, that jumper's so effortless coming out of Durant's hands. I mean, it's cash money more times than not.
And a deep 3 from George. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Shamet the pass to Harris. George against Durant. And he makes good on the layup. 8 points for him.
Yeah, Durant and his teammates really in sync. I mean, helping each other out, facilitating for each other. That basket there, a real team effort.
There's Jackson with the 3. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 13 points, 3 steals. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
So for Brooklyn now, Durant is out there with Harris. Then it's Harden. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Jordan in its center. Back to Williams. Now the pass to Zubats. Dishes it to George. A 3-pointer off the mark. Nets trail by 8. To the middle. Kicks it out to Harden. Releases. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 4th rebound in this one. Back to Leonard, and stolen by Jordan. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Batum comes in for Leonard. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Green's checked in.
Yeah! Boy, Jordan still going up. Man, he's been lighting up arenas for over a decade and still major bounce.
Back to George. Williams against Harris. Williams kicks to George. Shoots over Shamet. Jordan with the rebound. Nets trail by 6. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Harden with it. He has 6. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
There are very few any better than Harden at the and one. He's an expert. He looks for the contact, initiates it, gets it, and still finishes. You can't be too physical with him.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Then for the Nets, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. And Irving subbed in for Landry Shamet. Shots good by Kennard.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Offensive rebound, and Griffin stays with it.
Man, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Clippers leading by 4. Outside Williams. Inside, Patterson lays it up off the glass. Patterson's got 6 points.
Good unselfishness there by Williams. I mean, he recognized the roller had the nice angle to score.
Irving for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Williams finds Batum. Banked in off the glass. And now an 8-point Clipper lead.
Boy, that's big-time concentration from Batum. Able to battle his way through contact and still get the finish.
Irving's shot is good.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Williams looking around. Kennard on the wing. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed, and the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Here's Williams. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Clippers lead by 8.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Irving against Kennard. Good work there as it goes. 9 points in the game so far.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
Throws down the breakaway jam.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Kennard, the pass to Patterson. Back to Kennard. He feeds it to Patterson. Back to Kennard. Takes the 3. The rebound by Harden. Nets trail by 4.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
And a wide open look for Irving. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers lead by 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Clippers leading by 4. Luke Kennard out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And that one's good, George.
And, you know, once George gets on the roll, he's just absolutely relentless, showing you how dominant he can be when he gets hot.
Brown outside. KD on the wing. The tray. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. Takes it out to Leonard. Morris outside. No good with the triple.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Here's Durant. No good that time. George with the defensive effort. Los Angeles has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them, and stolen by Jordan. To the inside, the putback.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Clippers leading by 4. And the call will be against Harris. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And the Nets making a change here. Harden's checked in. George finds Kennard. Back to George. And there's the block. Just stops it cold and takes possession. Back to Durant. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now. Can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
The feed now to Morris. Passes it to Zubac. To the paint, and stolen by Jordan. In transition, here come the Nets. KD's got the ball. Harris, good. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Brooklyn?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
And George, here we go. Zubac kicks to George. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Man's checked in. Third minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Pass to Shamet. Back to Durant. Clock at 6. Harris up top. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now.
No stage too big for KD. If you need a basket, he's your man.
Morris passes to Leonard. To the middle. Here's Mann. And down it goes. Done through off a wonderful assist.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by the Nets.
Nets leading by 3. Harden scanning the floor. Feeds it to Jordan. Nets passing it around. A shot by Harden. Wide open. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Back to George. 1:14 left in the 4th quarter. Zubac the pass to George. Back to Zubac. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Irving's checked in for Landry Shamet.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Money! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Shot after shot, one after the other. PG, Paul George, making it happen.
Harden the pass to Irving. Back to Harden. Outside Irving, looking to get it going, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, for Irving, he's made an effort, a conscious effort to get to the line more, and for good reason. I mean, he's a really good foul shooter.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a 3-point attempt.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And here's George for 3. Kennard for 3. Can't get the 3 to fall. It's Jordan on the wing. For 3. And KD the bucket on the assist by Irving.
Well, Durant knows the team looks to him for this. These kinds of moments, the intensity of the moment never rattles.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it. So just hello and thanks for joining us. Noche. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
So the next starting five. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Harden in at the 1 spot. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Jones in at the 5 roaming the paint. Caldwell-Pope with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Schroeder, and it's blocked by Jordan. Here's KD, and slam dunk by Harris.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy. And LeBron James still the face of the league as he goes into his mid-30s. The impact he's had on this sport is really immeasurable.
Come on, Jay. I mean, he's one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. I mean, it's scary to think when LeBron can still turn it on.
Whoa, what a finish!
Run that back. I want to see the replay now. And James simply one of the best dunkers in NBA history, I have to say. Highly creative in how he throws it down.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
and Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
James against Durant. Lays it up and banks it in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to James. Kuzma outside. Goes back up. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
Just a ferocious competitor. I like seeing Kuzma go right at the defense like this. Such assertiveness.
Here's Durant. Here's Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Jones kicks to Caldwell Pope. No good from outside. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against New York.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Aggressiveness is everything, and they certainly played with a ton of it to get that one.
Kuzma passes to Jones. Here's James, and James throws it down.
And you think of all the different images in your mind over the years of James attacking the rim.
Outside, KD. Shoots from 12. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Here's LeBron, and the dunk by LeBron.
James is just remarkable, showing no remorse when he's attacking the rim.
Down low. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Caldwell Pope. The Nets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in for Durant. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Joe Harris. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. Here's Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And the feel Irving has for the mid-range game, effective at working this area of the court.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. To the inside. And it's blocked by Jordan. Now Irving. What a tremendous game he played against New York. Launches it. Kept alive.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Here's Schroeder and the powerful one-handed slam.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Yeah, and this is what you love to see. Both teams going at it, working to get to their spots and cashing in.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. It's the Nets up by 2. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Showing no mercy right now. The shooters look frustrated, seeing so many of their shots get stifled.
They've got Morris. He's out there with Harrell. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Morris kicks to Harrell. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Horton Tucker, the pass to Morris. And it's blocked by Jordan.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And read the plate perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Jeff Green is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Shot, high post. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Lakers trail. Here's Harrell. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. That shot is off. The Nets have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Irving with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. Irving against Harrell. Charity stripe shot. Morris with the rebound.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. And here's Harris from the arc. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harris has got 5 points so far.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And Harden is the last guy the D wants to see get loose on the break. I mean, so talented at finishing off of these opportunities.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. 1:57 left to play here in the half. Gasol with the steal. Schroeder finds Caldwell Pope inside. Griffin with the steal. Harden outside. He gets it in there.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him.
Lakers trail by 4.
And last season, we saw teams double and trap James Harden more than any other player in the league. As soon as he crossed half court, they did not want the ball in his hands.
Here's Caldwell Pope, and he banks in the layup.
And the versatility of Caldwell Pope, not just the score from outside, but also a threat to shoot the ball close to the hoop as well.
Harden outside. Over Gasol. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And all the trapping had to frustrate Harden. But whatever may come, he's going to make the right play.
Yeah, and he can, Jay, because he's not just a good passer. He's a great passer. He averaged over double-digit assists the year they played him at point guard. He makes you pay for sending help.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Here's Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Harden right side. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Griffin's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
And the timing Griffin has on the glass, he seems to know exactly when to leap up for rebounds.
To the inside, Griffin with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Harden's got the ball. He feeds it to Green. Out to Harris on the wing. Harden back to Harris, takes a 3, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Nets lead by 4. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith, and a tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 8 points. Well, we know he's a... And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
So for Brooklyn now, Durant is out there with Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Harden in at the 1. Here's LeBron. Oh, that was an impressive throw down.
Oh, powerful presence on the court. It's hard to match James' strength inside.
Harden against Schroeder. Harden surveying the D. Right side, Kevin Durant. Over James, 5 to shoot. That one wide left. So it's the Lakers now. A 2-point game. Jones, the pass to Schroeder. Back to Jones, and Jones slams it in.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Harden dishes to Jordan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Never one to shy away from playing physical. Jordan will give you his all when he's out there.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Harrell, he's checked in for Jones. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. Then for the Nets, Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Count it, good.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Irving passes to Jordan. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Oh, sloppy finish. The D was giving him the layup. He just didn't stay with it.
Kuzma inside. He's covered by Irving. No good on that one.
Well, that's their first miss after hitting 3 in a row to start the half. I mean, I guess it had to happen sometime.
Pulls up on the elbow. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Irving's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
Oh, you better stick with Irving. You can't allow him any separation in the pick and roll.
Here's Caruso. And he uses the glass on the layup. Caruso's got his first 2 points.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Irving passes to KD. Shamet with it. Nets passing it around. Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for DeAndre Jordan.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Griffin's check in for Brooklyn. The deep 3 from Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Lakers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. And finished off by LeBron.
You got it being off, James. An offensive juggernaut. He's caught fire here tonight.
Outside Irving. He's off from 17 feet.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Horton Tucker, the pass to James. Out to Morris. There's the pass to Horton Tucker. Another shot. Offensive rebound. Harrell. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Left side, Irving. 54 seconds left in the third. And the basket is good. Now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
James against KD. And LeBron throws it down hard.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
He's been a different player since halftime. Coming on strong now.
Morris outside. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. Durant against James. And no good. Some solid defense there from KD. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. For the tie, and Griffin with the layup. Griffin's got 6 points.
And what concentration from the veteran. I mean, it's clear Griffin is used to having a hand in his face.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll return shortly. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Jones. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Harden against Schroeder. Harden dishes to Jordan to take the lead. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in. And the Nets lead by 2.
And the shooting percentage Jordan records from here is insane. If you get him the ball in a good spot, he usually finishes.
Kuzma with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Jones kicks it over to Schroeder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot will not fall. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Here's Irving. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Strange game for him. Barely made any noise in the first half, and here in the second, he's been everywhere.
Caldwell-Pope passes to Gasol. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on James Harden.
The size of Gasol makes him a tough cover. Plus, he knows how to draw fouls.
So he gets them both.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, very smooth touch on the stroke.
Here's Irving. And Durant gets it to go. KD's got the lead up to 4 now for Brooklyn.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Back to Schroeder. Kuzma with it. He's picked up by Irving. The jump hook. A second chance effort. And there's a nice layup by Kuzma.
Great hustle on the part of Kuzma, outworking everyone else on the glass and getting a nice reward for it.
On the wing, Irving. Shoots from 12. Durant, and KD is right there.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Schroeder kicks to Caldwell-Pope. Back to Schroeder. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Caldwell-Pope passes to Jones. To the middle. Brooklyn with the rebound. KD's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And the 3 off target.
Well, that's just a lucky break for the deep. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
And the basket by Jones.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
KD finds Harris. Here is Harden. Right side Irving. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Oh, man, you got to appreciate the poise of Irving. He's always composed, especially on important possessions.
Harden against Caldwell-Pope. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Gasol trying to free himself up. And it's Schroeder missing. Nets leading by 4. In the corner, it's Harris. Here's Jordan. Harden outside. The 3. And Jones pulls it down. And it's Jones with the ball for Los Angeles. And Gasol sends it back.
Trying to challenge Gasol. Big-time two-way player. He gets it done on both ends.
Jones, no luck. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the 4th quarter. Irving with a clean look. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Irving's got 7 now in this quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. On the wing, Jones. Schroeder against Irving. And another shot. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Easy to see why they give the ball to Gasol. I mean, he's phenomenal decision-making down the stretch. A clutch performer.
And that's an intentional foul. Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. James comes in for Marc Gasol. And the Nets also making a change. Shamet's checked in. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. On the wing, Harris. Good on the triple. There's 21 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Here's James. The rebound by the Nets. It's Durant on the wing. He's guarded by Schroeder. And Brooklyn with another turnover here. The 3 from Matthews. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what...
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony... Los Angeles, California is the scene for the Lakers. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much. Hey, Dave.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Jones is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard position. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and there's Jackson, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. George against Caldwell Pope. A floater. The shot by George, no good. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Schroeder outside. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Leonard. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers winning their last game against the Warriors. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Lakers working the ball around now. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And Jackson throws it down hard.
A decisive finish for Reggie Jackson at the rim.
LeBron kicks to Morris. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Back to Schroeder. Morris outside. And the rejection by Zubac. George against Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to Leonard. Shoots a fader. And the rejection by LeBron.
When he blocks shots, they are usually on the highlight reel. LeBron James with another one.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. It's good from long range. We always see it, these players, Greg, looking rejuvenated after the All-Star week. Does that short period of rest really make that kind of difference?
I think sometimes mentally more than physically. It's kind of an opportunity to hit the reset button and prepare yourself for the stretch run. And listen, that season is so long. And because guys train year-round now, to get that mini break, if you will, I think can work wonders for guys as they get ready to make that home stretch push.
Seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Second shot opportunity. They get it back. LeBron passes to Jones. Down low, out to Morris. Just 5 to shoot. To the paint, Leonard with the steal. George with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Batum dishes to George. Jackson has the open look. And a miss there on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
George against Caldwell Pope. Stolen by Zubac. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. From deep, George hits the three-point bomb. George has got 5.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Here's Jones. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
1:32 left here in the opening quarter. George looking around. inside. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Morris finds James. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter. 2 points. That one goes.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Great D that time from LeBron.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
And it's Schroeder missing. The Clippers in the lead. All going up court. And there's Paul George on the assist by Batum. 7 points in the game.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
James with the bucket.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
The pass to Zubac. Kicks it to George. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Zubac, that's good.
We know about George's ability as a scorer, but he's also unselfish and a skilled playmaker.
LeBron outside. Here's Jones. Shoots over Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Good on the second free throw. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers lead by 3. We'll be back shortly live from... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
And that's really hard on a defense, having to play deeper into the clock and having to cover a lot more ground.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Williams. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3 side. Kennard's shot is off. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. They trail by 1. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Rarely frazzled. They play with a pretty even temperature, in my opinion, throughout this entire game.
Williams picks up the loose ball, but he was in the backcourt. They'll give it up. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
And plenty of contact. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Picked him clean. Kuzma, left side. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. Pass to Gasol. Lakers passing it around. Here's Caruso. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Williams kicks to Morris. To the middle, Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Quick lick from Patterson makes finishing plays off with a dunk look easy.
For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come in off a good outing against the Mavericks.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
Yeah, and you could see the crowd's reaction with every make. It wasn't pretty.
Here's Gasol, 4 on the shot clock. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Williams leading the charge. Here's Patterson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. And now just a 1-point Laker lead. Lakers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Kuzma outside. Pass to Caruso. Here's Horton Tucker. Out to Kuzma. That's tipped.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Lakers shooting well. 50% from the floor. Kuzma passes to Gasol. Back to Kuzma. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Pass to Caruso. He feeds it to Gasol, and Gasol slams it in.
Gasol is a total pro at running these pick and rolls the right way. As soon as the pick is set, he is rolling hard to the cup.
Feeds it to Patterson. And the wide open shot from Morris. But they recover it. Right side, Williams. And Patterson kicks to Morris. Misses the wing Jerry.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Gasol. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And stolen by Williams. Down low. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting for Los Angeles.
The first one falls.
At the line for 2.
Good on both. LeBron with it. Schroeder outside. 1 second left. And it's, yeah, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the...
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime, a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, and sometimes the strategy in that case, don't let anyone else beat you. You know he's going to get his, so try and keep it to that.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Jones, and it's Schroeder in at the 1. Stolen by Caldwell Pope to the inside, and LeBron throws it down.
And Schroeder entrusted to run this offense, making the right call.
George against Caldwell Pope. It's good. George has got 9.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Schroeder looking around. Down low. Jones finds Schroeder. Shot clock at 3. Jones in the post. Working on Zubats. Outside for Caldwell Pope. LeBron outside. And that comes off the assist by Jones. James has got the lead up to 9 now for the Lakers. To the paint. And George with the stuff.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing. In OKC, Paul George showed he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And it's slammed in by Jones.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
George passes to Zubats. Back to George. And George with the stuff.
So far, George's competitive play has worked well. He's getting just about everything to fall.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Clippers trail by 9. The pass to George. Back to Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The shot by George, wide open. Shot is good off the back rim and in. George has got 8 points here in this quarter. LeBron passes to Caldwell Pope. LeBron against Leonard. LeBron dishes to Jones. Kicks it out to James. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. 20 that time from Leonard. Lob pass to George. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Pass to Harrell. To the middle, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. So, for the Clippers, Patterson comes in for Ivica Zubats. Lou Williams is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And the Lakers making a change here. The 3 from George. Score that one for him, his 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Schroeder passes to Kuzma. Schroeder against Williams. They get the rebound. Harrell lays it up and banks it in. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Incredible activity from Montrezl Harrell. So many of his points is off the offensive glass.
And stolen by Harrell. And it's the Lakers on the break. And Kuzma slams it in.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Drains the three-pointer.
They're still behind, but not because of his efforts. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
Horton Tucker, the pass to LeBron, and the dunk by James.
LeBron is having himself a game. Staying aggressive, playing with a lot of force.
Leonard kicks to Patterson. Inside, George. An easy 2 points on the layup. George has got 23.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Here's James. He's off on that one. Great D that time from Leonard. And stolen by Harrell. On the wing, James. LeBron James on the wing. Harrell trying to free himself up.
The indestructible one, LeBron brushing off contact for the easy deuce.
And here's George. He's got 23. Can't connect from long distance.
Man, he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure.
Oh, what a shot! Went in!
Goodness. Whoa, that's some range right there, guys.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Lou Williams. And it's Marcus Morris. And it's Patterson in at the 5 roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 10. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Passes it to Caruso. It's Kuzma penetrating. And Kuzma slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Lakers leading by 8. Pass to Horton Tucker. Harrell kicks to Kuzma. Back to Harrell. And the pass to Horton Tucker. Leonard against Kuzma. Shot clock at 5. Harrell down low. Morris passes to Kuzma. The feed to Harrell. Pass to Horton Tucker. Back to Harrell. The rebound by Patterson. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Patterson. And it's Jackson in for Lou Williams. George, that's a 2-pointer. They get it back. Zubac finds Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Oh, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And you can sense the urgency from them now. They were flat in that first half, but they've come out here in the second and been much more aggressive offensively.
Kuzma kicks to Caldwell Pope. Here's Kuzma. Unloads from 13. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Passes to Caruso. .152 left in the game. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. James checked in for the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Alex Caruso. Jones dishes to Schroeder. Over Jackson. And there's Schroeder. That's good. The assist by Jones. 7 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Self-confidence, a huge part of his game. Schroeder never doubts his abilities.
Clippers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Zubac, the pass to Batum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
And that one's good. James.
When you need a big score, you want LeBron to at least touch the ball, and this is why.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And George, here we go. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Throw good, Paul George.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Morris outside. Here's LeBron. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Great scorers have this ability. Let LeBron get that close. That's 2 points or a trip to the line.
And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
And nice work at the line. I mean, when the game's this close, you have got to cash in on those opportunities.
Leonard looking over the floor. Here's George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Strong take by Paul. He plays with great decisiveness.
Both good from the line that time. 41 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Here's Schroeder. It falls.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
The 3 from George. A rebound by the Lakers. They've led by as much as 10. And Caldwell Pope now atop the key. Feeds to Jones. Out to Morris. James outside. Now here's Jones.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And to think LeBron in high school was recruited by some D1 colleges to play wide receiver. Boy, what a downfield target he would have been.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson. And it's Zubats in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And looking at the Nets, Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Harris. And it's Harden in at the 1 spot. Now here's George. Back to Batum. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. KD looking around. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
Drills the three-pointer. Greg, a game like this, 2 offensive juggernauts going head-to-head. I mean, we're buckled in, ready to go.
I mean, listen, the rules favor offense in today's game. That's why league-wide scoring is on the rise. And I would expect we're going to see a bucket or 2 put forth tonight, Kevin.
No doubt. Wasted no time on that one.
This is where all the extra hours of practice come into play. Leonard couldn't be more in sync on that catch and shoot.
Passes it to Durant. It's Jordan on the wing. Harris against Batum. Just 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. Doesn't get it to drop for him. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. The drive by Jackson. Outside for Batum. No good on the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, when you see KD run the court with the speed of a guard, hard to keep up with him once he gets out in the open floor.
Outside, Batum. Dishes it to Leonard. Over Harris. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Batum. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Durant. He's been an incredibly difficult matchup for all of their opponents, averaging 29 points a game. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. George finds Jackson to the inside. And George gets it to go.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
Down low, it's deflected. Stolen by Jackson. Stolen by Harden. In the corner, it's Harris. And the 3 ball is good.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
George. Leonard kicks to Jackson. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by the Nets.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Jackson against Harden. Out to Harris. Pass to Durant. From deep. That one doesn't drop.
Yeah, he's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Stolen by Jackson. Here's George. Batum controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
And a new group in for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Brown in for Landry Shamet. That one goes. Count it.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
Harden against Williams. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, big finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Morris right side. Back to Williams. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Morris inside, guarded by Harden. Puts the move on, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Yeah, and an excellent pass by Morris, a guy known for his finishing ability, but he also has the skills to facilitate.
Harden scanning the floor. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Clippers ahead, up 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Nets. Irving is out there with Brown. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Green. And it's Luwawu in at the 3, the small forward. Irving against Williams. And it's Irving missing. Clippers leading by 7. Patterson down low. He's covered by Irving. Good D by Irving. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. Last outing for the Nets. They won that game against the New York Knicks.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about the focus there from Sweet Lou? Simply incredible at finding ways to convert through the contact.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game right now. How the passion in New York is a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. Just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Durant's checked in for Green. And Harris subbed in for Luwawu. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. Irving with a clean look. Off target from three-point range.
Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
Nets trail by 10.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Now Harris, following the three-point attempt by Lou Williams. From 13, again, the Nets for 2.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
Williams finds Patterson. That one's not going to go. Griffin with some nice D. Oh, Griffin in position. Outside Irving. Over Williams. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
I wish Kyrie sometimes would just dribble out the 24-second shot clock. It's so fun to watch him on the handle.
Here's Leonard. And just miss after miss right now. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 3. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Andrew Shamet comes in for Brown. And it's Harden in for Irving. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Williams. Nets trail by 3. Harden outside. Lobbed up there for Durant. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's George. Good D by Jordan. Brooklyn's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first half. And here's Harden for three. It's hauled in by George. Clippers leading by 3. Batum passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Here's Harden, and the layup falls. Harden's got 5.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
And some good action.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the greatest bench scorer in NBA history. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Nice game, great performance by Harris.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2 spot. Rocket 2. The 3 from KD. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. Leonard kicks to George. Banked in off the glass. George has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Harden the pass to Shamet. Harden with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Harden draws the double. Lets the 3 fly. Headshot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. George passes to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 7-point Clipper lead.
The strength in that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
90 seconds now into the second half. Harris outside. Stolen by George. The pass to Batum. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Durant. Bruce Brown comes in for Harris. And Irving subbed in for Landry Shamet. Harden kicks to Irving. Outside Griffin. Harden against Jackson. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Williams scanning the floor. Pass to man. Outside for Jackson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Some changes for Brooklyn. Green comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And Luwawu subbed in for Irving. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Harden outside. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And
Those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Williams. Good D by Harden.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. To the middle. Here's Griffin. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now just a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
Well, though he spends a lot more time, at least in recent seasons, on the perimeter, Griffin's bread and butter still can be around the rim.
Man passes to Patterson. Now Kennard. Pass to Williams. It's hauled in by Brown.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Now here is Harden, and it's good. 2 points.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
Williams finds Patterson, and it's good for 2. Patterson's got his second basket of the night.
Well, he's just gifted with the basketball, and that includes making plays. Lou Williams spotting a man that time.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. The kick out to Brown. Jeff Green on the wing. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Harden. And stolen by Williams. One-on-one fast break. And he converts the layup. And now a 5-point Clipper lead.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Los Angeles on top, up 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Los Angeles leading by 5. Green is out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Harden in at the point. So that's the Nets 5. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And Harden proving why he's an elite ball handler, absolutely cutting the D to pieces with his move.
Zubac kicks to George. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Clippers lead by 6.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Irving dishes to Jordan. The kick out to Irving. And they pick up 2.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Irving's gone 4 of 8 from the floor. 50% on the night. George passes to Zubac. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact. And he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. First free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you going to pick to send to the free throw line? And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Stolen by Jackson. And here we go. George heading to the hoop.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Here's KD. And no good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And the foul on Joe Harris. That is his first foul of the game. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. And that one's good. George.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because it seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Outside, George. Back to Jackson. He kicks to George. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Nets making a switch here. Shamet's checked in. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 8-point game. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. To the paint, here's Jordan. Outside, KD. Jordan kicks to Shamet. Clock is at 3, and here's Harris from the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside for George. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Well, Paul George taking initiative tonight and going right at the defense.
Pass to Durant. Now here's Jordan. Back to Durant. It's Durant on the wing. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one. Zubac's in the post. He's against Jordan. And George, here we go. And Jordan sends it back.
If there's one end of the floor that DJ takes seriously, it's the defensive end, and he loves to get up and reject those shots.
Poke loose. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Kyrie Irving is checked in for Brooklyn. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Williams is checked in. Leonard against Durant. He doesn't hit that one. Great D that time from Leonard. Clippers leading by 11. George with no one around. They grab their own miss, and so they foul intentionally. Left side, Batum tries again, and Williams with the layup. Williams has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Clippers.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for George.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
What a nice touch from KD. There's no spot on the floor where he doesn't feel confident from.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Kennard, the pass to Williams. Back to Kennard. Brooklyn with the rebound. 15 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Irving. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
No stopping Kyrie on the drive right there. Getting to the basket with ease.
And here's Kennard. Shoots from the baseline. Missed. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And in. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.